The coffee shop's secret. In the brick-lined streets of Cambridge, Massachusetts, a man named Dan Ariely loved to watch the world. Dan was a scientist, but he didn't use a microscope. He studied how people make choices. He knew that our brains often play tricks on us when we go shopping. One chilly morning, Dan visited a local cafe. He saw a student named Alara standing at the counter. She was staring at the menu, trying to decide what to buy. The shop was busy, filled with the smell of roasted beans and the sound of steam. The menu had two choices. A small coffee was $3, and a large coffee was $7. Alara looked at her coins. The large felt very expensive compared to the small. "I'll just take the small, please," Alara said to the barista. Dan watched as customer after customer did the same thing. Most people chose the small. The jump from $3 to $7 felt too big. The large coffee sat lonely on the menu, rarely picked by the morning crowd. Dan had an idea for an experiment. He asked the shop owner to change the sign. He added a third option, a medium coffee for $6.50. This medium was the decoy. It wasn't meant to be the star. It was there to change the story. The next day, Alara returned. She looked at the three prices: small for $3, medium for $6.50, and large for $7. She stopped and blinked. The math in her head began to change as she compared the options. Wait, Alara thought. The large is only 50 cents more than the medium. That's a great deal. Suddenly, the $7 price didn't seem expensive anymore. It seemed like a bargain. She walked to the counter with a smile. "I'll take the large," Alara said happily. Dan watched from his corner. By adding the medium decoy, the large went from being the expensive choice to being the smart choice. The decoy changed her perspective. Dan walked over to Alara. "Do you know why you chose the large?" he asked kindly. He explained that the medium coffee was only there to make the large look better. Without the decoy, she would have stayed with the small. Alara laughed, realizing her brain had been nudged. This is the decoy effect. From coffee to phone plans, companies use decoys every day. Dan went back to his walk through Cambridge, happy to have shared a little bit of psychological magic